Good Saturday morning, everybody. Or at least I intended you to see this on Saturday morning. It really depends if Warner Brothers releases the copyright claim that they put on every single one of the videos I make that feature their cartoons. Anyway, I will be talking about the 1941 Tex Avery film, The Crackpot Quail, which has been beautifully restored for HBO Max. As this film, as far as I know, has not been officially released on any DVD or Blu-ray disc. So this short features the dog character called Willoughby, who was not only created by Tex Avery, but also voiced by Tex Avery as well. Tex Avery, as far as I can recall, off the top of my head, was the only director in Looney Tunes, or the major director anyway, that did some actual voice work. And the character is very much like a dog or hound version of Elmer Fudd, lowish IQ and very, very gullible. So we'll just listen to this bit here quickly. So as the story goes on Looney Wiki, the original version of this film, the Quail character does not whistle like he does here, but rather makes a razzing noise or a raspberry noise. And it was said that when the film, sometime after being sold by Warner Brothers to the AAP, Associated Artists Productions, that they, for some unknown reason, edited out the razzing noise and added a whistle in post-production. However, I don't think that story is accurate. According to Jerry Beck, the redubbing of the whistle actually occurred before the film was released, because the razzing noise during this time in 1941 was considered obscene and did not pass muster with the Hays Code, and then so they needed to redub it that way. Jerry Beck also says that the UCLA Film Archive actually has a version of this film that includes the razzing. Although, or for whatever reason, Warner Brothers has not used that version in this restored version here. And the version you're seeing here is what has been shown on television for years. And what I'm showing you right here is a clip from Crackpot Quail, which was made by Chuck Jones in 1946. I've read elsewhere that this character is supposed to be the same as the one in Tex Avery's cartoon that we're watching right now, the Crackpot Quail. However, this quail, as far as I know, never officially had a name. Although this sketch here was done by Bob Clampett with the name of Crackpot Quail, but it was never used. And you can see the likeness is that of Tweety, although the version here, or on the left of the Crackpot Quail, is the more refined Tweety, which came about when Friz Freleng kind of took over the Tweety and Sylvester cartoons after Clampett left. As you can see on the right, Clampett's version of Tweety, one, didn't have feathers and wasn't as cute, which happened in the later film. So I'm not quite sure what to make of that sketch itself. There's no date on it, and I have not been able to find any other information about it other than that it exists and is attributed to Bob Clampett. So returning to this film again, as I said in the beginning, it was made in 1941, so about a year after A Wild Hare, which is widely considered the first Bugs Bunny film, also directed by Tex Avery. And one thing to note is the similarities between this film and that film as well, where in this case the quail, who is voiced by Mel Blanc, frequently uses the word doc, just like Bugs Bunny has throughout all his films. And he is very much in the same vein as the typical screwball cartoon character. And the way he interacts and tricks the hunter, in this case Willoughby being the hunter. As you'll see here, he's going to completely throw him off his task by just grabbing the stick and appealing to his more dog-like nature. So this kind of formula was used quite a bit by Avery. And this was towards the end of his time at Warner Brothers. I think he left in 1942. But even in the film before this, of Fox and Hounds, which introduced the Willoughby character, the fox in that film too also behaved very similarly to Bugs Bunny and Wild Hare in many of the subsequent Bugs Bunny films that also came out. So it wasn't until a few years into the 40s that Bugs Bunny was the sole character that possessed that particular set of personality traits. In this last gag here, I can't recall occurring in another film where it's just a single very long pan, almost 30 seconds worth of just background that depicts everything that in this case Willoughby crashed through because he was going so fast trying to catch the quail. And that graphic that I just put up really highlights how long those backgrounds are if you stitch them all together. That's all I have on this, so thank you for listening, and until next time.